Where are we going?
North.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby. Your presence quested in exchange for treasures.
Ripper.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
Welcome once again to Dungeons and Dragons. So, what's actually fun about this is I won't describe what happened because part of returning to town, the players will all explain what happened just in that whole adventure in their own goblin-y words. So this can be, as exact or embellished as seen fit. And then based on that, you can receive a new title, replace a trait, and advance. You will all advance, which means you will go from broke peasants to veteran peasants.
Sweet.
All right, so let's start down with Gobby Jax. How did that adventure go?
Not good. However, I did find my horn. It wasn't the horn isn't made out of teeth after all. It's made out of the goose throat. So that's good. I have a couple of them. I can start my horn business. But when we were out there, we lost Sneef. We couldn't find him. I blew my horn and he came back, which was good. That's good because we didn't want to lose the guy. Then shortly thereafter, we were looking for the geese so I could make the horns, and they just kind of attacked. Well, we weren't really looking for them. They kind of came after us. They attacked the base, and all of a sudden, like my friends came running, and they helped, and then we found Bubba Chunks. We found Bubba
It's your
Chunks.
word. You could call him Bubba Gum.
Bubba Junks.
We found Bubba Junks. Bubba's junk. We found Bubba's junk. We found Bubba Chunks, but then he killed Gobnoxious. What a dick.
Dastardly.
So now we gotta try and we gotta find this guy. But first we need to open the tavern because that's more important.
All right. So, do you think it makes any sense to replace any of your existing traits?
No.
No? And what are those again?
I have hairy, loud, and iron stomach.
Yep,
Those all fit still.
those
I'm
all
still
fit.
hairy as fuck, loud as fuck, and I got kicked in the stomach, and I ate a bunch of food that should have killed me. So, why not?
It all holds. Any new titles from the rest of the group based on that story? Goose Whisperer.
Run by your titles again.
The Silent Wind, the Cold-Blooded, and the High Ambitioner.
You're loud and you're the Silent Wind.
Yeah, so I think we can probably get rid of Silent Wind since he's blowing his horn effectively.
Yeah. Get rid of the Silent Wind.
Gaggler.
The Gaggler.
The Gaggler. There we go.
So I did like the Goose Whisperer too.
I do like them both. I'm going with the Gaggler.
Okay, cool. And you will advance to veteran hornblower.
Where do I put veteran? Oh, rank.
All right. Stump. Now, so Stump has somehow arrived back at town with the rest of the group after lurking around at the end there.
He was probably there 3 hours before we were.
So Stump, how would you describe what just happened?
Stump found really good meat.
Made good soup.
On character. Stump ready to cook for Ann.
In Stumps now.
Okay, so
Stump speak little words.
yeah, so the traits. Remind me your traits.
Quiet, good listener, unusually large nose.
Those all check out. And your titles?
The Unmoved, the Tooth Fairy, Bringer of Bloodwind.
Well,
Bringer of Bloodwind. I don't know because he made a good soup.
It did make a good soup.
say if that's going to be a new thing, that you're the...
But
No more bloody
I
farts.
brought this
It
upon
happened.
myself.
Bringer of Bloodwind.
I was gonna say instead of the unmoved now, you might have to because you wandered right off. Sneakily, effectively.
Oh, that's
You were
true.
gone.
The move.
Sneaking all over the place.
The moved.
Oh my god.
Just
Fairly
grab-
mobile.
Yeah.
The squirrely.
And he also completely ignored the fact that like we were in trouble. So he could also just be like the dick.
As I say, that fit with the title, that he was unmoved by any of the
Who would
danger.
expect
Yeah, it's
some
true.
ancient cook to go swinging in a fight?
This is true.
But you didn't go for help either.
Senior. Can't treat me like this.
I
Silent,
changed my
not
mind.
deadly.
Silent, not deadly.
I changed my mind. I think they all fit.
All right.
Titles.
Well, yeah. Okay. Go with that.
See, you were unmoved at the sight of our ditch digger being maimed.
Yeah, it's emotionally as well as physically.
Yeah. So I actually, yep.
Rather
Never
not
mind.
tell my tale, you might find out why.
And you have now brought an official tavern to Dumpster with your position as cook. So that is now checked off in the chart, and that opens access to grogs and the ability to quit your job with sufficient scratch.
I'm really excited because now this means I'm going to get to taste test all the new grog.
That's true.
That's true. That's very true.
All right, Sneef.
Well, we went up for varying reasons. We found Bubba Chunks. I got lost. They definitely didn't move the camp on me or anything. Didn't find the herb that I was looking for. I didn't get teeth to trade for free soup. Everything else went fine. Bubba Chunks definitely, murderously and callously ran over our good friend, Gobnoxious. And he should be tried for murder.
Definitely not your knife.
My knife has only ever been used for self-defense and for gathering herbs. That's it.
This checks.
Yeah, I know. Cut to still, him slitting the throat of the cruise.
Yeah, we were attacked by what we suspect is baby giant death geese.
Oh no, they were fully grown.
Those were just babies!
I think they're babies.
No.
They're called giant death geese for a reason.
Yeah. And nobody else saw them.
Well, when you're only 4 feet tall, a goose may look giant to you.
In fact, that is actually true. Even though they're baby giant death geese, we thought maybe they were full grown, they were just full grown regular geese.
That could just be regular geese.
With red eyes.
With red eyes and sharp teeth. But anyway, that's all that happened up there. I didn't find the herbs I needed. We found a murderer though.
So, remind me your traits.
Squinty-eyed, ever suspicious, and supplier. I actually think that squinty-eyed and ever suspicious are now superfluous, or they're redundant. I mean, because they essentially mean
You're
the
no
same
longer
thing.
a supplier because you failed to supply.
No, I have other useful herb. That was just a specific sneaky, or not sneaky, but a mysterious herb that I could have charged way more money for. I still got herbs, just not special ones.
So I think,
Out
yeah,
of specialty herbs.
squinty-eyed and suspicious are kind of one and the same at this point.
Yeah.
So you could, keep squinty eyed, I think.
Yeah, because that one kind of describes being suspicious.
Yeah, because it's both,
Yeah.
suspicion and your appearance.
And yeah.
The So, the vengeance you took on that first goose.
First couple. I burned one alive too.
That's true. And you just like lit on fire.
Firebender.
Goose bane.
Yeah.
Ooh, goose bane. Sneeze bane, goose bane.
Dude, I mean,
Sneezy goose.
Was that a
bane.
title, not a trait?
so your
Slayer of Goose.
that's true. So your trait, something.
Efficient Goose Slayer.
Yeah, your efficiency for killing. That's surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, efficient.
Firebender.
Efficient. You think is a good? It's because this is like a trait of his.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
We could like go to the titles.
Thirst for blood. You've slit a throat and now you just can't stop.
Just got it.
And that additional power that first one came from the scorn.
That's true.
You were juiced up.
I was.
When you slayed that first.
That's right. Because I didn't want to be scorned again.
Yeah.
I just lashed out.
So is it bloodthirsty,
Or
efficient killer,
Yeah, that works.
mortal efficiency.
mortal efficiency? Yeah.
Martial
Ooh.
efficiency.
Yeah. That's true. I mean,
Either way.
Yeah, say you
Either way,
took
really.
care of a couple of them real quick.
I'll go with martial efficiency. Because that's efficiency in combat, right?
Yeah, you say yeah. You definitely use it for combat.
Sweet.
All right, and Gobbleton.
So there I was, surrounded by dozens of geese. They towered over me. I didn't know what to do. They were all being led by
What was the dude's name again?
Oh, chunks.
Bubba Chunks. There he was, looming over all of them on his menacing donkey when he gave the orders like, kill them. And then all the geese were just like, honks. And then they tried to kill us. And that's when I'm just like, okay, I need to dig into overdrive now. And I dig the biggest hole. And that's why my shovel is broken. Not because of other reasons. And then, after my shovel was broken, I needed to keep digging. So I used my bare hands, which as you can see, took a toll. So I can't use them anymore.
Shattered hands.
Oh man.
But the important thing is, that hole was amazing. And that's my story.
True.
Oh, and all of the geese died, and Bubba Chunks is an asshole. Pretty sure he killed the guy.
With the trident.
There was a trident?
What were your traits?
I am always dirty. I love making holes, and I'm callous.
I mean, I think they all fit.
Yep. They all fit.
What about your titles?
The Shallow, the Old Dirty Goblin, or original Dirty Goblin, and the Grave Warden.
Grey Warden.
Grave.
Oh, Grave Warden. Okay. Those all kind of still fit too, I think.
Did he dig any graves?
That I put all of the juices in,
Well, we
and soon to be Bubba Chunks. Once my hands heal.
And there was a twist that he might have dug his own up there.
That's true.
So,
I don't know. I mean, I kind of think it still fits.
Yeah.
I think it still all fits.
judging from the story, we could change ODB to something to do with fighting geese.
Yeah.
Because we still have, I mean, you are always
I
dirty
am
as a
always
trade.
dirty.
So.
I'm okay with keeping it as
massacre.
is.
Yeah.
You might have a chance to dig some graves second time around.
So wait, what did you just say?
No, we're keeping
I said the
grave.
Great Goose Massacre. The snitch.
The embellisher.
Yeah.
Snitches
The
get
embellishers.
ditches.
The vindictive.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah.
And soon, I can't do it. Soon he will be eaten.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
actually.
you know what? The vindictive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So they've made their way back to Dumpsturk, and that means it's time for the town portion of events. The Goblin Master, myself, shall now roll grim favor once more. Like so.
3.
Which means precarious situation.
Oh no. Maybe people aren't believing that we didn't kill. What's this?
What are you talking about?
I
I don't
mean,
know what you're talking about.
Baba Chunks totally killed him.
We watched the donkey trample the life out of poor Gobnoxious.
We did it. I saw the light fade from his eyes. Yes.
I distinctly remember. See, look.
The Gulpools of Gobhala took him away.
Look at the body. There's hoof prints everywhere.
I'm gonna stand over the body and do a 13 horn salute.
With 1.5 horns.
Yes. Well, no. Well, I haven't made a horn out of a trachea yet.
That's the hat.
Right, I haven't made one. Like, well, I only have one mouth. I could put one on my butt. Fart.
No, that's thinking.
That's thinking.
Well, I could just make more holes. I do love making holes.
That's true. No, but I'm gonna give a 13 horn salute in remembrance of Gobnoxious.
I think it would be a 13 toot salute. I wonder if any geese are going to run from a day away because they heard someone trying to mate with them.
The goose apocalypse
Plague
is
of the
upon
death
us.
geese.
Yes, thank you for doing
no.
that for me. The precarious situation is now flocks of geese are now circling above of Dumpsturk.
Oh
Not
my
landing, but they're all just circling in the air.
Oh my god.
Menacingly. Precariously.
Look at all the horns.
So,
Baba Chunk is around here somewhere.
so this isn't a major crisis yet. But this could lead to one of the major crises. You're kind of like, just like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. But
Gooseman of the
the
apocalypse.
Goosemen of the Apocalypse, where monster danger is just like upon Dumpsturk. But we're not there yet. It's just they're precariously circling. So you will pool your scratch, figure out if you're resting at Goblin or on the street. If you do rest on the street, you take a condition, but it's free. You have got to show up for work somewhere. It doesn't have to be your previous experience. And you have all advanced to veteran. Your next advancement would hypothetically be to a boss level, aside from Stump. So that's how you have your tavern now, is he's now a boss cook, so that you have succeeded in bringing a tavern to Dumpsturk.
So, what would the potential, if I were to make a hen-legged hut, because I'm a witch, does that take an entire 4 turns again? Or can I make that now and sleep in it, presumably because I am the witch?
So you would need to advance to a boss witch to.
How do I do that? Just over the course of the next.
So this
turns?
it could just it could just happen after going on another adventure. You could make it a target of an adventure, unless you're furnishing the tavern is the next goal.
Well, what would it take to open a hen-legged hut?
So I think overall it would behoove you to recruit a woodcutter of some sort. 'Cause there's no sawmill yet, so like constructing new places will not be easy as it stands.
So yeah,
Very true. So, recruiting a woodcutter. Would that be a mission? We all go and
It would
find
be.
a woodcutter.
Yes, which
We could then finally make ladders so we wouldn't have to
Crawl
get people to pull us up or crawl up dirt mounds to get to our houses.
I mean, that's a good idea.
And I could make a head-legged hut, and we could all learn spells.
Let's see, where's the map? Alright, so 1, 2, 3. So right
You
here.
could have heavy eye, and you could fall asleep so people don't talk to you.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
So that is where we must go.
Oh, we must
Okay.
go. Oh crap! Was that 3 days
A
away?
few days away.
Yep, that's 3 days. So in the meantime,
the
the
mountains. Yes.
the mayor is so on your return. The mayor has now been missing in an additional 2 days. Because there's the day to travel there, the day to
I
travel
don't
back.
know where this is.
Yeah, no one does.
So the mayor has now been missing for almost a week.
Bubba Chunks killed him too.
Oh, murderer!
So we'll do. You guys are gonna plant evidence in the mayor's office to.
Obviously. I go in there under
There-
the guise that I'm going to continue digging my hole, and then I just plant evidence.
Like within us, not to everyone in the town. We'll gather everyone around quietly. There is a knife mark in the body of Gobnoxious. Could plant a knife in the mayor's office. Make it match the knife that was stabbed. Gobnoxious.
Hey, who's the thinker here?
I'm the slinker.
that's
I'm
it.
trying to be
That's
sneaky.
slinky.
That's sneaky.
Yeah.
Underhanded.
I like it.
Could do that, but then I lose a rusty knife. That's been my trusty rusty knife for years.
We could buy another
You buy a
knife.
new one.
You know, it costs money.
That's true.
We could steal another knife.
That's true. Like, what's his face does owe me a favor. Gobbully.
Doubly.
Yeah. He owes me a favor.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
And
How
I-
do you think he got those muscles?
I believe it.
Repercussions we didn't know about? Yeah, I didn't know about it. Yeah, until he took the medicine. But yeah, we could do that.
Okay, so
We could
you-
frame
Let's
Dirty Bubba,
let's frame Bubba Gump. Bubba Chunks.
Bubba Sparks,
I'll remember this name like tomorrow.
Bubba Sparks.
Sparks.
Booty booty booty
Booty booty.
booty
Bubba Sparky Chump. Chunk. Still couldn't say it right. Chump. Chunks.
Flip a pow. Shut it down.
Sign my pity on a run kind.
I'm a computer.
What I tell.
Stop all the downloading.
Fucked up sandwiches.
Okay, so
Were we gonna frame him?
We'll just frame the town. Everybody in town killed Gobnoxious. They must all be buried alive. Sorry, I had
yes.
another episode. I'm gonna calm down now.
So the four of you would like to enter the mayor's and go into his office to essentially
Frame him.
frame Bubba Chunks, or frame the mayor. You're framing Bubba Chunks.
Framing Bubba Chunks for the murder of the mayor, and if we happen to find
Well, we
the
don't know
mayor-
if the mayor's dead though.
Well,
right?
if we find him, then we murder him to make our story legit.
Yeah. I mean, I see the logic there.
Yeah, that's goblin magic right there.
Right.
We can't be lying if we kill him.
I might be able to turn his bones into horns.
I said we find out what really happened to the mayor first, so we can.
I want to make a skull horn out of the mayor.
Well, we can possibly do that later. We just have to figure out what happened to him first.
I want to make a skull horn of the mayor.
All right. Well,
I probably don't sing that in your way to murder him, but
nope, definitely not.
I want to make a skull horn out of the mayor.
So you re-enter the mayor's building, which does have two stories. The initial story, it's daylight, but it's dark inside. Not like you can't see, but it's dimly lit.
I'm assuming there's no electricity.
Right.
We are goblins.
Yes. So What is in? What do we see in there if we look around, or we just can't see anything because it's too dimly lit?
No, you can still see. So you'll do like a basic search around of
Yeah,
everything.
just kind of like a quick what do I see?
So you see that his desk, all the drawers are open in his desk. So go over there, and
Are there anything in the drawers?
so the drawers are mostly empty, and there's a ledger inside one of the drawers.
I take it and I stare at it, not knowing what it is.
Meaning you can't read, or
Is this ledger in Goblin?
it's in Goblin. Yeah, the mayor's. Yeah, it's in Goblin.
No, I
He knows
know.
multiple languages.
Yeah. No, there are. Yeah. Yeah. There's
I guess I'm
Goblin
the
and human.
thinker. I guess I would know what a ledger is. Okay. I was trying to think stupid. You know?
Like the town knows
But you're
that.
the thinker.
Right. But even then, I still gotta think stupid.
Yeah.
We're goblins.
Basically, you open the ledger and you see that all of like the food stores and money stores for all of Dumpsturk are gone, and like the resources were dwindling, and whatever was left is missing.
The mayor was embezzling goods.
The town is bank and food rupt.
What?
There's nothing left.
So he ran off
Wow.
because there's no food.
Maybe he went to go find more.
The cook's got food. We just brought a whole bunch of food back.
Well, then we have food.
What did your mayor?
I only brought back like one burlap sack full of goose.
Well, it's a good enough.
Well, we got more just up there.
We just gotta throw rocks at them and get them to
Throw
come
a
down.
lot of rocks. Maybe we shoot the horn again and they come down.
Yeah, horns.
All hungry like.
So I ripped the ledger out of Gobby Jack's hand
Ow!
and I read it myself. And immediately suspect that the mayor has run off with my wife.
It's
That's
just
fair.
like her to need all that food and money.
It is just like her. If you knew Goblina,
I did.
unemployed wench.
I introduced you.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It was all your fault.
And you see on one of the pages, there's actually a crudely drawn map that you see Dumpsturk all the way in the top right, and then all the way in the bottom left, there's a red circle.
A red circle.
I wonder what the circle stands for.
And it says Haverheel.
Oh, shit. I've heard of this place.
I hear there's a lot of drug addicts.
Yes.
Haverheel. So interesting.
Maybe that's where you can get your magical plants.
No, that sounds really far away, but you know where we can find a woodcutter and possibly some other magical plants, and maybe some magical mushrooms. On a 3 days journey into the mountains.
How many days to get down to Haverhill?
13-ish.
Just like 2 weeks.
About.
Yeah.
We'd need a
And
lot
we
of
only have like
rations.
2 days worth of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Or
can
sorry,
only
no,
travel back
it's
7.
one ration for 2 days.
It's
So
one
every-
ration for 2 days,
Yeah.
We also don't have any. We could take a mount or something if we could get a horse or.
Horses are too big.
I say
Maybe
it's
we
too
could.
far away.
Oh, let's domesticate these geese and fly them.
Try to ride geese.
That would be
No, fly the geese.
We would need the ward,
Yeah.
the ward dude to do
Just
that.
like that movie.
Ward tamer.
Fly away home.
I'm the thinker here. Don't tell me it's impossible.
I say we abandon the search for the mayor. He's too far away.
I'm okay with that. What else do we do?
Well, we can't. If we can't frame Bubba Chunks for the murder of the mayor. If the mayor could come back, and we're not gonna go out and make sure he's dead. So we can't frame him either.
then I think I'll take all my spare time to try and figure out how to make these geese flyable.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Perhaps
So that we
if
can
we
learn to
just
fly
get a
geese.
bunch of them, tear off their wings, and then glue their wings to us, we will gain the ability of flight.
Ask Robo or Gobbo Cop how that works out.
Yeah, it works out really well for him. He turns into Robot.
Yeah,
He's really heavy and slow, just like a robot.
this is true.
I don't know what a robot is, but I imagine they are heavy and slow.
And with feathers, you'll become lighter.
Exactly. Do you know how light feathers are?
Genius. Yeah. The more feathers you put on you, the lighter you get.
Exactly.
Wait,
Oh,
what
I
weighs
didn't
more,
think
a
about
pound of
It's
feathers
just
or a
like
pound of
when-
metal?
It's just like when you drink
Metal.
a lot of grog, you pee a
Pound
lot.
of metal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing.
the same thing.
You consume a lot of things, you turn into said things.
Lighter things.
Yes.
I haven't turned into soup yet.
No, because after you eat the soup, your body's just like, this isn't for me, and then you go pee.
But we keep eating them.
And then you do turn into a little bit of soup, but then you eject the soup.
This is true. Flawless logic.
I would not eject the feathers because I would be gluing them to me.
Yep. Therefore becoming lighter.
Yes,
There, yep.
it must work,
It must.
because then I could dig holes in clouds.
I agree with this.
If I start higher up, I could dig deeper.
And I'll get you up there if we can use the geese for flight.
So while
Tony, this is our new mission.
Okay.
We need to
Yeah.
get you to the clouds.
While Gobby Jack finds a way to get the geese down and tame them so we can fly them to travel places faster as mounts, and while my homie Gobtron over here tries to pluck them while they're not paying attention
I
somehow.
will replace my hands with more shovels.
More shovels.
Yes.
And
I
with
thought you were gonna
shovels
get the
hands.
feathers to go on the feathers to fly.
Well, what am I gonna scoop the feathers up in?
You're right, feather hands.
Yes, because then I can flap.
That's true.
So you're gonna make like splints basically, except
Well, yeah, I'm
It's
using
shovel
like
heads for
I'm
your
using
bombs.
like garden spades to splint my arms.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I can still work.
yeah. All right.
Gobbleton shovel hands.
Okay, so that'll take some scratch.
I'm going to go to the smith and buy. Oh wait, how much do I have scratch?
So after working today, you'll each have 2 scratch.
How much
Which
is
then
a
you
sling and stones?
Oh, the smith doesn't. It's not an actual smith.
Oh,
Oh wait, sling and bones is just basic, right?
sling and stones. Yeah.
Sling and stones.
Yeah, it's one of the basic 6 items.
I mean, if I can't buy one, I'll just start throwing rocks up in the sky.
No, you can just take one.
All right. So I'm gonna take a sling and some stones, and I'm gonna get to the tallest point I can of the village, which I don't
Which
know.
is still 4 feet below where it was.
Well, I'm gonna go to the roof because the inn is the tallest building.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go to the roof of the inn,
There you go.
and I'm gonna start slinging stones up in the sky. I took a whole bunch of stones up there with me,
Yep.
and I'm gonna start slinging them up in the sky to try and knock down a goose, to then hopefully it's not dead and I can tame it so I can ride it.
I'm surprised you don't try your horn again.
I don't want to attract more. Yes, I do want to attract more mounts.
Yeah.
So
What if you can tame them with sexy voices and
Like,
get them all confused up?
you know what? I'm gonna do that. Okay. So I am gonna still take the sling and the stones up to the top of the inn,
Have to woo said strumpet.
just in case. But before I do anything with them, I'm gonna just go nuts on the horn, trying to make it sound as
Saxophone
sexy
it
and
up.
saxophony as possible, and trying to seduce these geese into coming down, so I can.
Playing Careless Whisper all over them.
That's right. But no, trying to get them to come down so I can like seduce them into a taming trance. and hopefully ride one.
That's right.
We all
All
know
right,
how mounts go for me in these games, so
So-
I'm about to die.
So the action is to attract the geese that are flying above the town precariously. The danger is they attack you.
All of them.
Yeah, and I mean,
No, I'd say the danger. The geese just start dive bombing the town. Just start attacking.
oh, actually, the danger is it actually creates an entire town crisis of.
And the twist, the geese fall in love with me.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Yes, we'll
If
have
it's
goose goblin
successful,
hybrids.
you'll have a goose buddy that you could possibly train. Whereas if it's not, they either dive bomb the town or it falls in love with you.
Well, I mean, the danger is the dive bombing. The twist is they all
The twist
fall in
is
love
Yeah, that's
one
what I'm
will
saying,
fall in
yeah.
love with
with
you.
one will fall. Okay, fine.
But if it's successful, then
One rather odd goose.
If it's successful, then
Yeah, it
one
just
would
runs around
be
yelling,
your friend, right? Or would one be already trained?
I guess one would be my friend, and I would have to train it.
Gotcha.
So, all right.
Cool.
So I'm rolling 2.
Okay, so you're rolling 3 unless you add any traits or titles. So this is a
The
new.
Gaggler.
Oh, and you gotta think, all right, so you can add another one.
Obviously.
Oh, and your position's back to standard now.
Okay, cool. So I have 2 5s, a 2, and a 1. So what is it? It's action, danger, and twist, right?
Yes.
And then you get to add your
So the action, I'll go for a 5. The danger does not happen, but 1 falls in love with me.
Okay, so
Meaning I should be able to still train it.
So the action is you attract them. They don't dive bomb the town, and one flies right up to you and just starts like rubbing its head like against your leg.
Is that a separate one from the one that is friends?
Wait,
with
are
him?
these giant geese or are these still the same size as the other ones?
These are the same size as the other ones.
I can still fly. I can still ride one.
Oh yeah, because they're regular size regular geese at this point, and we're assuming that they're baby. Well, I'm assuming that they're baby giant death geese, but they could just be regular sized geese with red eyes.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, I mean, I'm a 4-foot goblin.
But exactly,
Yeah,
so
I
that's
don't know
what
if I'm going to be
I'm
able to
saying.
ride one or not.
No, you can definitely for a full size goose, a full size giant goose,
So
full size small giant goose. Is it assumed that he can ride one
a goose? I mean,
as a 4-foot goblin?
it would
I don't know if physics works that way.
No,
be pretty slow.
you might need a couple.
What if we had 2 gooses and we
we'd have a
then tied a
couple goose.
hammock in between the 2?
Yes.
And then we fill the hammock with more goose feathers to make it lighter.
I like the way you're going with this. You can balance.
We spend the rest of the game just trying to create aviation.
We will make the first goblin airship made out of complete goose. And it's really just a goose on a string.
Yep.
We basically make a balloon bouquet out of
Yeah,
geese.
pretty much it's the movie Up, except replace balloons with geese.
With geese.
So you have 2 geese then now. You have one that's in love with you and one that befriended you.
No, there's just the one.
Oh, just the one.
Yeah, so there's just the one that falls in love with them. Now, all the geese just land, and now they're just walking about Dumpster, where you attracted them down. So now there's like 50 geese just like roaming the streets,
Gotcha.
and then the one that's like rubbing its head against you.
So I'm going to just try and mount it and get on it. Not mount it in a sexual way. Mount it. I know
Okay.
you understood.
I wasn't clear on that. My goblin brain was elsewhere.
And I'm gonna try and
How did I like it?
where we're on top of the inn on the roof. I'm gonna basically get on it and try to make it jump off the top of the inn.
I love everything.
Hold on, this is where I do the Jim Halpert. Okay, so so you are going to guide your pet goose lover off of the top of the tallest building. The danger is
Death.
The danger is you crash, with the injury being
devastating.
Broken legs.
Devastating. Yeah, broken legs.
A success,
broken
I
legs.
fly.
Success is like you're not injured.
Yeah.
Success
you guys
is gravity
managed to-
takes hold and you land in the giant pile of poo that was there.
Okay, so yeah, those are your three
Glide to
rolls.
safety, but struggling the whole way down.
Yeah,
and
you're-
neither get hurt.
Yeah, your goose does serious work flapping as to not injure either of you.
Okay, so,
Sounds reassuring.
well, I get a 1, a 2, and a 6.
Oh boy.
So
some
I'm
of
almost
them-
saying I should just go. The action doesn't happen. We don't even get off the roof. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you don't even leave the roof. The goose then is so the danger doesn't happen. The goose is injured from the weight of you forcing it, trying to force it off the edge.
You reared it back too hard and you pulled something in its little goose neck.
So it's
Not the horn.
Well, yeah. Now you can. It's not slit. You can now, sacrifice your goose friend and make another horn with it.
Yeah,
so
I wanted to fly.
so basically you like strained its wing, so now it's a flightless goose.
Well, you can at least give the feathers to.
I mean, you don't have to kill it.
I'm not gonna kill it. He's my friend.
Okay, so all of that craziness happens.
I don't think we can use the geese to fly.
Well, you're gonna have to find a different way, Gobbleton.
So, Gobby. So Gobbleton will. So Gobbleton is getting his fresh spade hands going.
Yeah. I'm getting spaded.
Oh! Get your pet spade.
I don't think that means what I think it means, but it's okay.